Big fiction. Big fiction.
2 Ears, 1 Mouth podcast.
Yeah.
Episode 2.
2 in the building.
You know what I mean? Skyzone.Society sponsored. Raspberries Premium.
Shout out to Raspberries.
Shout out to Key Raspberry, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to me for my brand, period.
Period.
You know what I mean? Shout out to this man, Corey. What's going on?
What's happening? What's up,
Hey,
family?
man, cool,
What's up, man?
cool, man. We got a special guest.
Who is this guy?
Man,
Who is this guy right here?
allow me to introduce this man to those who don't know. You know what I mean? Some of y'all know him as the God King. You know, some of y'all might know him as Jigsaw, but that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah, we're going to get into that.
We're going to get into that.
Damn right we're going to get into that.
The world knows this man.
It's A-w.a.x.
A-w.a.x, the God King, is in the building.
What's up, family?
Let's clap it up for A-w.a.x.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Man,
Hit you with the golf clap right here.
A.k.a. Pyrex.
Yeah.
Pyrex Pops is in the building, man. What's going on, man?
I'm good, bro. How y'all doing?
Man, we doing all right.
We chilling, man.
We cool.
We chilling.
You know what I mean? I'm just in here being who I'm being. Simply.
Businessman, family man, all that.
The sweatpants done.
Oh,
Right.
That time of year.
That time of year.
I retired my sweatpants back
You know,
in the day.
hey man. Hey, real quick though, let me shout out, man, everybody who supported Just Wait, me and my man EP. If you got that Just Wait EP, it's on Spotify, Tidal, iTunes, Google Play, whatever you're using, go get that Just Wait. We discussed that Just Wait briefly, episode 1, part 1 and 2 on the last podcast.
Classic material.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. We might get into some more of that, but we don't have to because we're going to talk about what this man been doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we know, you know your last album, what it was called?
My last album I dropped was Thanks in Advance.
Thanks in Advance. All right, you dropped that. Is that the one with the what's the joint I like? The City Limits?
No, that's got Boss Music 1 on there.
I want to talk about the joint you did City Limits on.
Oh, that's a House of Wax revisit.
We're going to get into this House of Wax revisited, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, first of all, man, salute to you on the visual for, you know, the W.A.X. You know what I mean? Your new video was crazy. You know what I mean? Like, yo, first of all, who shot that? Because it wasn't me and I'm pissed.
My man. Man, wasn't available at the time, so you know.
Nah, man.
You was busy.
I actually, for those that don't know, look, we breaking ground. For those that don't know, I actually shot the original W.A.X. video when I first started learning how to do videos. It was trash.
It wasn't trash,
but he gave me, to where we at now, for me,
he's such a humble
where I'm at today, for me and my skills, it was trash. He gave me a start though. He was the first guy to actually paid me for a video.
If it's your first video, you know what I'm saying, and it don't come out how you want to, you only gonna get better with time.
And I did. That's why it's trash now.
I mean,
compared to what you just put out, it's trash, man. Your man. First of all, shout out to the director who did it.
DJ Gang. You know what I'm saying?
Raw City Films.
Raw City Films.
Raw City Films. Salute to Raw City. They did it up real nice.
My last 4.
Man, and they've been beautiful.
Yeah, it's been dope, man.
We working on another joint already too.
Okay, talk about that, man.
So,
like, what's the name of it? Like,
let's
break some ground on 2 Ears, 1 Mouth.
We are working on Blood Money, which is part 2 to W.A.X. And you know, it's gonna continue the story. It's actually a trilogy, and it's gonna be pretty amazing. Man,
tell the people who don't know what's the name of the new video you got out right now, where they can find it at.
W.A.X. You can find it on my Reverb, ReverbNation.com /A-w.a.x336. You can find it on YouTube, W.A.X. Raw City Films. And that's pretty much it, man. I share it every day. Whether you follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I'm there.
Okay.
Guys gotta follow. You gotta follow. Became a follower a minute ago, just music wise, period. And what the style you got, like when cats look at you, you got like a cool, calm demeanor, right? But man, when you get up on that mic though, you turn into a an assassin. You know what I'm saying? like he got the most chillest look. Wax got the chillest.
You know what? It's a legend behind that too.
Yeah.
All right, so a friend in high school that heard my music didn't know it was me. You know, she said that when she hears my voice, she hears a 7 foot, 300-pound guy.
No joke.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get into that.
You know, she was like, that aggression alone, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, that I project when I do my music don't match how I look now. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny that she say that, because if I haven't seen you before, I would think you're probably like the size of Suge Knight. You know what I'm saying? With the raw vicious of a assassin style with the method that I ain't gonna even say it's a method, but it's just how you flow, and it's just so like it's like I wouldn't expect that just out of your demeanor. Like you just like so chill, but man, I'm telling you, transform.
It's like, man, I hate my voice personally.
You shouldn't know.
I hate it because it's so
one of the dopest.
It's so
game, dude.
my voice sounds so mid-rangey. So when I rap, sometimes I have this. It sounds soft-spoken, so I gotta be more aggressive when I rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I ain't giving enough energy. You know, over the years of me practicing, it just come natural now.
You know the way that you do your rhymes, it almost put me in a mind state of the mafioso style of rap, kind of similar to that of like Raekwon and
Influenced by
Ghostface.
Ray.
You know,
If it weren't for the purple tape, I probably wouldn't be rapping.
I could tell that that's a lot like just I could tell that you influenced by that, and it works, and it almost like even on some songs you sound like a almost even a mix of like Tony Yayo from the G Unit with the because
I never even thought about that.
The aggression.
That's dope.
The voice wise.
That's dope.
The aggression that the way you spit, I'm like, yo, I could see that, but it's enough with a bridge between Raekwon and Yayo. You definitely carved out your own lane to where it's like, yo, I sound like Wax. Like I may remind cats of this, that, and the third, but when I'm on the mic, cats know it's me,
Man.
and that's kind of hard to do.
It is. That's facts.
Me and V, we got into it on our last podcast about, you know, you get influenced by a lot of people or certain people, but it's a fine line to differentiate to make sure that you're not actually biting them. But you can tell the influence is there, but you're not biting them. You got your own lane. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of tough to do. And I think you pulled it off quite well.
Personally, I think there is one person that does have my exact style and exact delivery to it. Trife God. His name Trife Diesel. Now he changed his name to Trife Diesel. He wrote with Theodore Unit.
Okay.
Ghostface.
What's the other guy that was in the Theodore Unit?
Oh,
It was
man.
nice. It was all over the Supreme Clientele.
Solomon.
Not him, but he was all over Supreme Clientele. He like goes
Superb. You talking about Superb?
Superb, yeah.
Shout to Superb.
Yeah.
Man, shout
I
to
just
the whole
recently met Ray,
Theodore
too.
Unit, man.
I saw that on your. So what now? What? How did you meet Raekwon, dude?
Man, I was at the show in Charlotte
Yeah.
and bumped into our longtime friend Miss LB.
Yeah.
Shout out to LB.
Right. That was my first time meeting her, and she knows Raekwon on a personal level.
That's crazy.
So
yo.
she was like, "You want to meet him? I'll beeline you to him whenever he come out here." You know what I'm saying? You meet him. I was like the first to meet him.
Yo. Wow,
Best
dude.
day of my life.
Dude, facts. I would have killed for that.
Man, shout out to Raekwon too, man.
It was
Hey, man, speaking of Raekwon, man, shout out to Raekwon for retweeting me this year. That's dope.
Word.
That's dope.
For the striving for perfection
That's
joint.
dope. Facts. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Man,
Wow.
shout out to Raekwon, man. Shout out to Currency too for retweeting me too. I
Wow.
appreciate that, man. Like that's dope.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
That's
man.
dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah, Ray is definitely one of my top influences besides AZ and Nas, of course.
Yeah.
Rakim.
Yeah.
Like, I always picture my style being modeled off of AZ or Rakim, you know, because I am God by it.
Yeah, and I could tell because you, Big V scoffed at me when I told him this on last podcast. But both of y'all have a storytelling ability about your rhymes, and it's almost cinematic. That's going back to the whole Ghostface Raekwon, the cinema quality of the rhymes. You know what I'm saying? And there's plenty of songs that I could get into where it's kind of like, yo, I could see it, and then you got songs that you just totally black out on where you just go crazy. Let me quote what I was bumping last night. You got a freestyle. Freestyle is ridiculous. It's on your reverb. Let's go freestyle.
Man.
Son, hold on for a second. Sit tight just for a second, my man. I'm going to read these out. What you think all the guns is for? C4 in the bag, so when I see it blast, you be meeting the Lord. I leave them all stiff as a board, unable to move, not breathing when I'm blazing the tool. What I do is so hateful and cruel. This is more than a bomb threat. Your kids ain't even safe at their school, and your dad is a single man. Cause your mom got a thick mustache like the face on a Pringles can. Why you switching up your single, man? You supposed to be hot, but your fans don't believe you, man.
Man, let me tell you. Cause you know every song and every verse got a story. That was
Yo, that was a little bit personal.
that was
a little bit.
and it wasn't even directed at nobody. What it is like.
First of all, man, let me tell you something. That was a little bit personal, man. Like I want to fight you right here and just listen. Man. I feel like what's going on?
And see, that's my rhyme style. Like I like to be personal.
Like that.
Like when I battle, I'm real personal and direct. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't no punches being held back. The gloves is off.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the story behind that joint right there. Me and my man's Big Pro was supposed to be putting out a CD, a mixtape.
Yeah.
I had just linked up with this guy named Dre at UPS. Right around the time I met Big. And Pro got locked up, and it was just me to move on and do what I do. So I decided to put out a mixtape. That's the first joint I done for my mixtape.
It's crazy.
And I recorded at my man's Scam Money. He hosted Anger Management, this joint I got. But Scam, he got this spot called Hood Entertainment, you know what I'm saying? And then, let me tell you how real it is. This man didn't have a mic stand. This man had a tree in his house that he had the mic attached to.
What?
Right.
Yeah.
That's how long I've been knowing this man.
Yeah.
He still got the tree.
Word.
He still got the tree. But you know, I had went in the booth, I got the beat, and I was like, this is my debut. Like, this is the first song I ever recorded for a mixtape. So I decided to just go in.
So, being that was your first, did you write that? Was that off the dome? What? I mean...
I did write the second verse.
Yeah.
The first one, was off top.
Yo.
Because I wasn't prepared, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, Dre was like, here, it's your time, go in and do you. So I let the beat run, and I was like, I'm just going to wing it. And and all of the second verse ain't written, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe the ending, you know what I'm saying? But it be like that sometimes. But I do have a high freestyle ability.
Yeah.
That's what I did first.
Yeah.
Before writing. I ain't really start writing until I got about 10th grade. Because all my friends would be on the bus and always be ciphers.
Yeah.
So I was jumping in ciphers with grown men.
Yeah.
So it was like, hold your own or, go home.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
I can tell.
I can't this man spot lay down verses without no pain.
And that's definitely facts, man. Like facts, and he's in the studio, man. One thing I love, but I hate you for, is his perfection.
Yeah.
Like I love
I'm
recording.
such a diva when it comes to that.
I word, man. You have no idea. You have no idea. Y'all have no idea, man. Like I love recording with him. He's dope. But I'm telling you, if I have to mix down his vocals, I hate it. Man, you get somebody else to do it. He's so nitpicky, and it's nothing wrong. And to me, I'm not as nitpicky as him. As long as it sounds clean, crisp, I'm good. He has like a producer's ear, where he hears the smallest little hiss, or his tongue went to the left when he said and it was supposed to keep straight.
Man,
he hates that.
I can't tell you how
he hates that.
Record with me, man.
Word. I never would have known. You said easy going.
And I am easy going.
He is, but you have no idea how nitpicky it is. I had to send a song back to him at least 7 times for it to be straight.
dude, that's fantastic.
No idea, man.
I mean, because I am a perfectionist.
I'm talking about and this is the thing. He in the perfections on the verse so much.
Yeah.
It's the doubles, the ad.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
trash
That
with
kick-
those.
that
You know what?
kills him.
I am
That's your
trash with
signature
those.
sound. Tupac, he doubled up on his vocals a lot before people really started doing it. And I could tell that's like part of your signature sound is the way that you double up.
See, I don't double up the whole verse, just parts where I felt like.
And it blends in because Pac used to do all of it on everything.
Right,
You pick
right.
and choose the pockets
Right.
of the beat
And
that
see,
you choose to do
and
it.
for me, I'm different. Like me, I record my verse once, and I use the main verse as the double.
Yeah.
So, but I turn that part all the way down because I don't want you to hear mine double up. I want all my stuff to sound as one. So instead of recording my verse twice, I just loop it and put it behind that and turn my vocal down.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like my vocals to sound like Jadakiss vocals, where it's not, you don't sound double, it just sound like just one. Like it's one
That's
flow.
how I like my
That's
verse.
me.
But
That's
it's
me.
just more different parts. Like
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna do the beginning of the verse and I'm gonna do the ending of the verse and everything else.
Nah, you gonna do the middle sometime too.
Yeah.
You might do the beginning. That's what I'm saying. He funny like that. He funny.
It depends on how I said it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it depends on the song, what type of
Right.
mood he in. Man, I don't like the way my tongue went over my tooth on this part.
I'm infamous for
I don't
recording
like
the
it.
song, letting it go by weeks and listen to it. Like, nah, I don't like I'm going.
What? I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Man, listen. That's why to this day, like I don't even know if he know. I stopped mixing this stuff down. Like, look, bro, we got something to do. I'm gonna send it to you. You record it at your studio
Yeah,
and
I
let somebody else mix it.
This is
and
funny.
that'll be it. But for this upcoming album, I have to mix the vocals.
this is
for
some-
my upcoming album. I'm gonna have to mix the vocals. And I'm not looking forward to it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I've gotten
But
better.
you know what though?
I've gotten better.
You know what the difference is? It's different when he recorded for my album. Like he is not. I know that like he's not as nitpicky for his album, his project.
Yeah. He got his name on it.
No doubt. No
And
doubt.
I want my joint
you
to sound
say
good
that.
on his joint. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? I got a little bit more muscle to it because I say, you know what, man? he probably won't even hear it until I put out the album. It's done now. What you gonna do?
You know what's crazy? I told
There's ways around it. There's ways around it. I'm gonna tell you.
It's crazy. I never would have guessed this. And it's funny. Last podcast, I told V about you two, and I said y'all have the chemistry of like an EPMD. Mm-hmm. It's funny how y'all can laugh and clown about this, but when it's in the studio, it all comes out. It comes out well.
Because we feed off each other, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
We're a team. I pretty much know that if I'm on the joint with him, I got to cover my best, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I was, I was teasing about because on the Army of Two album that y'all did together, I was super excited when you told me that because both of y'all are hell on y'all own. That ain't even up for debate. Y'all two together though, it's kind of like y'all step each other up, and I as a fan, I was pissed at that album, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's just the EP. It's just 5 songs.
He want more.
But sometimes you ain't gotta kill him. You gotta let him know how close he came to die.
I don't. Let me tell. That's a wax quote. He says only he say stuff like that.
don't have to.
I'm talking about that. He's notorious for just saying stuff like it's like he keeps little cliches like that on hand.
This is how it is.
He's like, sometimes you gotta just let them know that they can almost come to dying. You know, like
You know
I'm
what
like,
I'm
yo,
saying? They don't appreciate it more. You know what I'm saying? Cause think about it. Nigga, we got fans, but these niggas ain't buying shit, man. They always want something for free. So then when we drop something, you know what I'm saying, and they hear it's dope, and they realize they shit about it, nah, you don't even get the whole thing.
And breaking news, man. Everything going on Just Wait was like almost close to like from 5 to 7 years old.
Yeah, right. I know like the pain, struggle, success. I've heard that. I definitely
one of my
heard that one
takes.
before.
You know what I mean? Like and we got stuff we ain't even put out yet. You feel me?
We just
Like we
letting they beat, man. We ain't even getting started yet. You
Well, look, for the fans out there, I made my plea to Big V and make it to Wax as well. Can we at least get 8 songs on the next project? Just 8. I prefer 10.
Handle the acoustic.
No interludes. Come on, no, you can wrap the interludes into like the.
Nah, ain't no interludes. It's just gonna be straight body bags and rib shots.
Can we get 10? I'm shooting. I'm greedy. I want 10. Hey, I'll buy y'all shit. Okay.
You do. I tell you, man. He's just wait.
All right, man. All right. I'm gonna move on. I'm trying for y'all.
As far as the me perfecting my verse, you're right. Sometimes he will put it out and I don't get a chance to hear it. But if he send me the instrumental, I could always go back and redo it.
I won't.
And I could just.
And I won't put it out. He'll have your voice collection.
Yeah, I have it. For me, that's what it's more is. It's more of a personal collection. So at least I can say I did that song right. You know what I'm saying? Even somebody hears something that I feel wasn't right, at least I can say I done it right.
And if I put it out, it's right. And that's what we.
And if it's his project, he the boss. You know what I'm saying? I can't put it out. If I put it out, if he say it's good, I roll with it.
But what I will do is I always sell him an advance copy before I actually the people get it. Even if you don't like it, I keep it. Unless it's his project.
And I'll keep, like I said, if I go back and redo a verse, say if I went back into a horror movie, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to spin it the same way. It's just I'm going to get a better mix and I'm going to just add it for my collection.
And I was telling myself, I wish I could go back and, redo a whole lot of stuff because I'm better.
The quality on it.
I'm a lot better. Like, if you listen to that and you listen to 3rd of July, they sound totally different.
That's why
I ain't dropped no project, man, because I've been going back and redoing. See, I'd rather perfect it.
Yeah.
So at least when it's perfected, I know it's done.
But imagine this: you're not on a perfection tip like Dr. Dre is, right? Because I don't want like a detox what you got. I don't want.
He might as well be. That's why he only dropped like every 4 years.
That's true.
And that's why I dropped more consistently with him because over the years it was my hunger that drove me. I'm like, I don't care really what it sounds like. You gon' listen to it. And they did.
You know what though? It also gives me leeway. Because I told him this on the phone the other day. It's 2 things for certain. October, assault coming.
Yeah.
and 2, I'm going to be on
I told you.
At least one of his features. You know what I'm saying? So I can breathe. Even if I don't drop that, I'm still there. You know what I'm saying? My presence is felt. So somebody has got me on something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm on his joint or some random guy hit me up and want me to do a verse for him. I'm somewhere.
Just because you feel like that, you ain't got no feature on this next album.
This guy.
I had you on 2 joints like I told you last night. You're done.
Oh, man.
Now,
don't do me like that.
I'm a man of the people, right? And so y'all said something that I would be remiss if I didn't at least bring this up.
What's that?
Say y'all have a vault collection of songs. So I'm assuming that this vault doesn't include any work that's already released. So I'm assuming that this is unreleased material that's quote unquote personal collection, i.e. vault. The people, not me, okay, well fuck it, me. I would like to know ballpark range, how many of these collections that
Bro,
come on.
I got a whole album on my shelf back in the day. Like my first album was called Lifestyles of the Rich and Trifling.
You talking about together or individual?
Both. Like,
oh man.
Both.
He definitely got more of a vault than me. You know what I mean?
Ballpark.
Well, personally, I got a whole other album to stash.
And when we say album, because like for example,
like I'm about to drop it in December.
Like Chris Brown got like fucking 45 songs on his record. I don't know what constitutes an album anymore. 10 songs? 12 songs?
Really?
30
Yeah.
songs?
I guess it depends on you.
Really, 8
Eight
is the bare minimum for an album.
minimum. To me, bare minimum.
And what I've learned, I like doing mini albums. Like my next project is 10 songs. You know what I'm saying? And I like EPs too because you can tastefully distribute the music and make them want more. You ain't got to flood them.
Well, it's working.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because I think an EP stands for extended play.
Yeah. If
you didn't know, EP stands for extended play. If you didn't know, so you keep looping the song.
How many times you got an album that had like 20 songs and you only listen to like 4?
That's a fact. I mean, half of them shits would be interlude. The other sounds more so like album fillers.
Right.
Out of like 20 songs, you'd be looking at.
I don't want to do fillers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I feel like fillers for mixtape.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And I feel like at this point we too grown to do mixtapes.
Yeah. Well,
So
I can't say that. I can't say that. I do feel your perspective on that.
not per se not doing them, but you shouldn't rely on mixtapes. You should, at one point in your life, when you reach where we are in our pinnacle of careers, you should be thinking about doing albums, doing EPs.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's only so many times you can rhyme over somebody else's track before you want your own joint. You know what I'm saying? And I feel, as creative control, for me, I'd rather do a whole mixtape full of original songs. If you want to work it like that.
And me too. You know, that's me too.
And I learned that from him, actually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff I learned from him.
Well, it's crazy because it's funny we're bringing up differences or damn near lack thereof of mixtapes versus in the 90s. Well, back in the days, a mixtape of anybody, if they even did mixtapes, it would just pretty much be cats just rhyming over an instrumental that's already out and popping.
Right.
But, nowadays, as of about, 10, 12 years ago, now a lot of times mixtapes are new material or original material. You might have a freestyle. Now, I think the way Lil Wayne does some of his mixtape, not all of them, he'll have a lot of already used material as far as beats are concerned, where he's just blacking out over it. So I guess with y'all, mixtape, original material versus an album, the difference or effort? Well,
it's a big difference. Because when you're doing a mixtape, you're really just showing the display of skill, So you might jump on something that's popular right now and go in and give your version of it. But ain't nothing like having your own song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you might mix it up a little bit. Like you might do a couple of freestyles over industry beats and then throw in your own joint.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It catches them off guard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I would never just put out a whole mixtape of just other people's beats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if there's other people's beats on there, then your original work should be more than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's interesting because I actually even think, doing stuff over other people's freestyles, over, instrumentals, is cool to a degree, but, I'm quite sure that even sometimes when you hear like a familiar beat that's already used, it's so hard to get the original artist out of your mind. So it's like a lot of times with freestyles generally, over already established beat, you hear them use the same melody that was in the original instrumental as opposed to doing your own thing where you don't have that reference point to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I could see that.
Well, sometimes from an artist standpoint, you do that just to, show love to the artist that came on the beat before you.
That's right.
And that's cool. And sometimes you just get up there and just, black out, depending on what kind of movie.
Yeah. We just don't want to do a whole album of that, obviously. Mixtape rather.
Me, like you said, at this point in my career, I'm just more into doing original tracks to show my skill and my diversity. Now, if I'm at the radio and they throwing some shit I can get busy on, I'm gonna get busy on.
Yeah.
But as far as putting out a project, I don't really see me doing that too much no more.
Good,
like writing other people's beats, is because too. It's not for me. For me personally, I'm so much on the business side of everything. Like it's hard to even get stuff uploaded when you rapping on somebody else's beats now. Like if I try to you get flagged on YouTube and all kind of stuff. And the thing is now
infringement.
Right, and the thing is like a lot of artists like such as myself, I got it where it's called I think it's called meta tagging.
Okay.
Or something, I forgot. I think it's called meta tagging, where, like, say like somebody is rapping on my song, or they got in the background of their YouTube video and they podcast. I got it where my distribution company hunts that down.
I was going to ask, how did that even?
They send me a notification.
It's like a billion videos on YouTube.
Right,
how do you go through each?
My distribution company hunts that my sound is called meta tagging, if I'm not mistaken, where they hunt that down. That's one of their jobs, to make sure you get paid for that. So say like, for example, a kid is on YouTube with his cat and he got War Lullaby in the background, just stroking this cat, just talking.
Yeah.
Just stroking this cat, and my song was in the background. They hunt that down and say like that does 2 billion views.
Yeah.
I get a check for that.
Ah.
Because he's using my song. And see, it's a lot of that going on in the
Okay.
game. Say like I get on a Future beat.
Yeah.
And I'm rapping on it. I put my video out to it. Future gets a check for how many views I do because it's his song.
I had no idea
That's what I'm saying. I'm so much on the business side of it. I know that.
It's pretty much
You know what I mean?
cutting out the entertainment lawyer.
Yeah.
Because it's like, back in the day, you used to get an entertainment lawyer, get your samples cleared, and all that stuff. So now it's like, hey, it's digital. We'll pay him later. You know what I'm saying? Let him do what he do, and how many spins he get, we'll pay him off of that.
I mean, and I mean, again, every artist not getting it. You have to have the meta tagging clause with your distribution.
Now, does that cost or?
Oh yeah, I pay for it. I pay for it yearly.
It's worth it.
I pay for it yearly. It's worth it.
Okay.
It's worth it. It's definitely worth it, bro. Like, because again, you want to get, as an independent artist, every penny count. You want to get that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So say like this little kid stroking this cat does 3 million views on my song in the background. I need a check, and you missed out on that check.
Yeah.
Right.
You feel me? Like no matter if it's $2,000 you get off that 3 million, you want to pocket that $2,000.
I had no idea that's how it even works.
Fact. That's why for our podcast, my song is the lead. We're not using nobody else stuff.
Yeah.
Strictly my music because it's so important as an independent artist to get paid from that. You never know. So if we do 2 million or CBS pick this up, I get a royalty check from CBS for this song.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's what it
rightfully
is.
so as you should.
Right. Facts. Yeah.
It's always good
man.
to get that money on the back end.
It's all, and I be telling, I'm a back end person. I'm a back end. I'll be telling my wife that. What's on the back end? You know what I mean? Like, what's on the back end?
Money up front is good, but when you check
What's
your
on that
account and you
back
got some
end?
money that you unexpected.
What's the, I just had that conversation with my wife like a couple weeks ago. What's on that? It's always a back end. What's on that back end? You know how I learned that from? Styles P. Shout out to Styles P. Styles P be talking about that back end because I saw an interview with him in the Locks. I'm thinking maybe it might have been on Drink Champs. Shout out to Drink Champs. It could have been on that, man.
Yeah.
But he was like there was like Styles and Sheek. They more not Styles but Jada and Sheek. They like the upfront money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They like to get that advance. You know what I'm saying? Like man, we can go up in Def Jam and get 2 million. Fuck it up and get another 2 million because they said that the labels will write them checks like it's water. Like, man, you know what? Alright, man, here you go. But Styles was like, man, what's up with the back end? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is cool. I'm getting this off the album sales, but if I'm getting this, how much you get?
Yeah.
Right.
Can I get a piece of that on the back end? You know what I'm saying? Like how can we work something out to get something on that back end? Like, you ain't gotta give me nothing up front. You know what I mean? We can do this on the back end. They're like, Styles be killing like Styles a back end guy. They up front guys like Styles always like, what's on that back end? So I learned that from him. Like, man, I gotta check on that back end. Everything might not
a lot
be,
of people don't know about.
They
that.
don't. They probably don't, and they missing out. You feel me? Just like this YouTube, and it's the back end. It's the back end of your album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, okay, all right. So how can just in case somebody might use one of my songs after they download my album off iTunes for their little podcast or movie, web series, I don't know. How can I get paid for that on the back end? They might do 40 million views on some whatever the popular web series is, like Respect Life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And these other ones, what if they use your song and they doing all these views and you're not getting a check?
That's a problem.
It's a problem.
Big problem.
Well, I got educated with that. I knew that
We
was flat, but
educating people here on 2 Ears and 1
Free
Mouth.
game.
I just never knew that. Yeah,
That's what I'm
Y'all
here for.
welcome.
That's what I'm here for. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. I don't know everything, but I know a lot when it comes to that business, dog. I'm not stupid.
That's what's up, man. Well, I tell you what, we got Wax here on a limited time. Let me plug in a few more things here. So, like the storytelling aspect of it, man. You got a couple of songs that I like. Some of my favorites is City Limits. I love City Limits. Time, Ventilation, Running Back. I want to touch on Ventilation briefly.
I want to touch on that too, man. Go ahead.
You got a bar. I'm lucky to be alive. I've been through a lot. Beat brain cancer at 5. When I heard that for the first time, I'm like, nah. But you know how sometimes other people, they may tell, like Nas is real great for like he'll tell like his friend's stories or something like that. That was you?
Right. All facts.
Wow. unbelievable.
The
man.
scars here for.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember like it was yesterday. You know, I was
Even at the age of 5.
in kindergarten. I had a sty that was cancerous growing behind my eye on my brain.
Yeah.
So this scar is where they stuck the tube through my nose so I could breathe. I got the pictures on Facebook somewhere.
That's crazy.
We in the hospital.
Wow.
I actually saw the pictures when he posted them probably like a few years back when I
It
first
was
saw
a
him.
few years back when I posted.
Yeah, I seen you on there, and I mean that's definitely unbelievable, man.
Facts.
And you know, speaking of the ventilation, is that you had your daughter in the video? Did you do the video for ventilation? Is that the one?
That was in my dream, and I had my daughter.
In my dream. Okay, yeah. Okay,
That's dope. That
okay.
dope too.
Well, who produced ventilation?
J Beats produced ventilation.
Shout out to J Beats. That's
Man.
another North Carolina producer.
Yeah.
Shout out to J Beats, man.
Yeah, I've been knowing J Beats since high school.
What?
Yeah, so story behind that ventilation joint, man. I was sitting on that beat for a couple of months,
Mm.
and when you going through some things, you just gotta find an outlet for it. And I just started writing to it, man. I was like, I need to get this stuff off my chest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know the track has been sampled by AZ before,
Yeah.
and it put me in that mind frame, man. I was like, I got something to say, and I'm gonna say it.
That
And
man.
I just penned it. And that's just how it came out.
It's a dope, super dope record, man. I was just like, whoa, like.
That's my favorite project from you, man. That project right there that you had, the ventilation.
I ain't even released it yet, and I'm going to release it. I'm
Good
going
word.
to release it soon. I've been nitpicking, as he would say, getting everything.
Yeah.
Nah, you put it out to the people, didn't you?
I did it. I did at one point, but only a select few heard it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So pretty much it was my movie debut. I only put in select theaters. You know what I'm saying?
True. And I'm glad I was one of those select
I
people.
think about 5 people heard it.
And I'm telling you, it's a dope album. I cannot wait till you release to the people, man. Put it out there.
I done perfected it. You know what I'm saying? I even done added some songs to it. So
Okay.
So
And you know, on this album right here that you got, you know, the ventilation, the City Limits on. You know, I'm gonna tell you one thing that I liked about it, Corey. I don't know if you even picked up on it. You know, while listening to it, or even those, you know, if you just listen to those songs that you just referenced off the album. I don't think the people really understand or even paid attention that it's no cursing and no N-word throughout the whole album.
No, I ain't picked that up.
If you listen to Ventilation,
Yeah.
and if you listen to City Limits, it's no cursing, no N-word.
Yo, that's
throughout
crazy.
the whole, and I'm gonna tell you,
Never picked that up.
throughout the whole this whole album, the House of Wax Revisited, that's coming out real soon, as he said, man, it was he told me, I'm going in and I'm writing no cussing, no N-word for the whole album. I'm vibing to the album. No cursing, no N-word. Everything is radio, ready to go.
That's crazy.
You independent artists, you take notes from this man, because I did. I actually been taking a page out of his book. Because if you listen to 3rd of July, it's not as much cussing and as much N-word up there
Yeah.
as maybe before. Because I felt like him doing that was a challenge. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like, you know what? I can do that.
it is a
I
challenge.
can, and people, and as an artist, you don't really know how hard it is not to express yourself. You feel me?
Get writer's block trying to,
Right,
hey, well,
right.
I can't say this.
Right, because you know it's a form of art, and you expressing yourself maybe in a profane way sometimes, and that's okay.
I know it's probably different for indie artists too, because like you look at any established artist, a lot of times they got a dirty version and a clean version
Right.
to the record. You know, but I know that's probably, you know, a challenge too. I mean, forget even getting it played on the radio, just
Right.
getting it to where cats can hear it. Maybe even like a young cat, oh, I can't, you know, Mom Dukes, man, she gonna be tripping.
Right.
This, that, and the third.
thing.
Right.
It was 2 reasons why I did it like that. For one, radio wouldn't play us because you always got to have a clean version,
Yeah.
as they would say.
And the people don't know too that you have to pay for that clean version if you don't have you have to pay the engineer to do that clean version. A lot of
Right.
people don't know that.
Right.
If you record it with the cursing first, and you have to go back and get it mixed down and take all the cursing out, you have to pay the engineer over.
I wonder how long would it even take on a typical album.
It probably don't
Like,
even.
you imagine doing that shit like on the NWA record or
Oh.
a Dr. Dre Chronic record?
But you
It'd
know
be a
what?
solid album.
You know what?
it wouldn't even been no know, just instrumental.
But you know what though? As an engineer, it don't take as long as you may think.
Really?
You already have the vocals. You just gotta go in and take out the cussing.
And the second reason why I did it is because I do a lot of reading and studying. So I feel like my vocab is up by 25%.
It is.
And plus, you know, at our age, you know what I'm saying, you know when you put something in and your moms or whoever, like, I don't want to hear that cursing.
That's right. That's the first thing.
You want to reach out to all audiences when it comes to your music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And plus, we got kids too. I want my kids to be able to ride and listen to my music and not have to worry about me saying nothing that I think they shouldn't hear. You know what I'm saying?
It's real mature.
Right. It's mature rap. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with no N-word, no cursing. Just showing what your vocab is. Because a lot of these rappers, and I'm going to throw it out there, and I love Scarface.
Yeah, no doubt.
But how many times has Scarface said motherfucker because he had no other word?
Dude, one of my favorite Scarface albums was the Mr. Scarface's Back album.
How many times did he say?
Dude, I thought I was going to hell the first time I even listened to it. I just couldn't.
I thought I was going to hell when I listened to Dear Diary. Shout out to Mr. Scarface.
Shout out to Mr. Scarface.
Diary. From that era. Yes.
Fucking Jesse James. Man, look.
What about the track with him and Ice Cube going back and forth in the studio? How you gonna fade me? How you gonna fade me? Fade me how? Fade me how? He said, fade me how? How you gonna fade me? Fade me how? Man, listen. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy,
See,
bro. Like,
we come from that era of rap where you had to be nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's just like, if you got a dope beat, you on.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the production game got better, but what's played on the radio is just, as far as lyrically, it's just.
And I like what these youngins is doing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Even if I don't deal with their music like that, because it beats being out here selling dope and robbing and shooting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's their positive way to get money. If that's how they feed their family, then I salute them for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as far as they need their own genre, like that's not hip hop.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I try not to.
Somebody got to do it. We ain't gonna do it. So
I mean, and not to cut you off, Corey, but I mean, if you think about it, man, I mean, that's just the nature of the business. It's been going around. It's always been trash rap and trash hip hop that wasn't hip hop, you know. But you know, it's all. I don't mind what they do because sometimes you in the mood for what they do.
Yeah,
right.
You know and I try not to be that get off my lawn guy. I mean, like for example, like I like Ray Shrummer. You know what I'm saying? Like me too. Migos, like I like them.
One of my favorite songs right now is actually Black Beatles. Like I really like that song.
You know what my favorite song right now is?
Dope.
You know what my favorite song right now is?
What?
Shout out to Post Malone and 21 Savage, Rockstar. Shout out to Post Malone and 21 Savage, Rockstar. I didn't like that White Iverson though.
See, I like the White Iverson.
I didn't like that White Iverson.
I like the White Iverson.
It's a matter of taste, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I don't think it's rap, but I like the song.
It gets you. It's a type of mood.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
They're not rappers. They just making songs.
Right. And
that's okay with that.
certain artists, I don't listen to for the vocals and the bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I know what I'm gonna get. Like, I know 21 ain't gonna give me some Raekwon bars.
That's right.
But
expectations.
He gonna give me. You know, he gonna give me what he give me. It's like Wiz. You know, Wiz gonna give me. He gonna put me in that mood.
3 6 Mafia the same way. Probably
they put me in that mood.
Yeah,
it's just that mood. Pusha T.
There you go.
But I'm listening for a different reason.
Right.
I'm getting in a different type of mood. I'm listening.
He represents
streets.
That last era of Dope Boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's coming back around.
Facts, bro.
Well, I tell you.
And the thing is, you know, like I said with you with the no cursing thing, man, you know, that's major because, you know, you won in so many ways where you didn't have to go back and get a radio edit. Everything was great. Like you said, they're not playing our music on the radio. So when it gets time or label hears or the radio already hears what you have to offer, it's already ready to play. It's ready to go.
And investing with them too when you tell them you rap and you hand them the music and they think it's going to be a whole bunch of nonsense and it's just smooth and laid out.
It's good music, man.
They can't deny it. You know what I'm saying? So
right. It's like, am I dreaming? You know.
Love that song.
Right. What inspired you to put your daughter in the video?
Can't find a babysitter.
That's real.
Hey, hold up, man. For real though.
No,
Before we even go any further, man. let me just say, man, shout out to A-w.a.x, man. And this was before I even had kids, and I didn't know how hard it would be to even do what we doing and have kids. Like, yo, everywhere we went, this man was bringing his kids. If we had the video shoot, his kids would be there. We had the studio session, this man kids
Our
would be
kids
there.
have grown up
like,
in
no
the
matter
school.
what we did, literally, for real, like, no matter what we did, I used to say, man, why you always got, why? I mean, immature me, part of me. I said, man, why you always got your kids with you? Like, what do you,
Me and my kids are extremely close. You know what I'm saying? And
That's good though.
they do music on the low too. You know what I'm saying? They want to sing. Nautica, the one that's always with me, she wants to be a star. She wants to design clothes. You know what I'm saying? So she's in tune with everything. But I had her with me that day we shot Am I Dreaming? And I was going to just keep her out the way. You know what I'm saying? She pretty much know when I'm working. She just sits aside on her own thing.
Right.
But Gang was like, I think you should bring her into the video. And see, with Gang, you never know when he's shooting. So he'd just be standing there with the camera. And it'd just be recording.
Wow.
So he caught my daughter and one of our homeboys' son running around playing together.
Yeah.
So it was just natural.
It's crazy.
It was
Like, he just incorporated in there, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like a guy was walking down the street that do music, and he was like, oh, y'all do music. He was out there freestyling. They got him on tape, too. You know what I'm saying? So
True, that was dope.
we're just in our element, you know what I'm saying? And as a black man, I think it's very important to be in your kid's life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how many times you go up to the school and they look at you crazy because you are in their life?
They ain't even used to seeing that.
Right, they're not used to seeing that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I've been to every graduation, every school event. So I'm gonna be there. Like, one time I was sick. I had freaking stomach virus.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop throwing up, puking, none of that shit.
Yeah.
And I still went to a daddy-daughter dance on Mother.
Word. Yeah, that's something you won't miss for the world.
Right, I couldn't miss it. And I'm
Yeah.
not gonna miss it.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Salute.
But you know,
Major salute.
you know, she actually she was the best part of the video. You know what I'm saying? Besides
Yeah,
me rapping,
Yeah, it was dope.
you know, she's just in
was,
her element, you
she
know,
was,
and
she
kids is innocent. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They had that innocent demeanor, you know what I'm saying? And she doesn't even know how major that was.
Yeah, yeah.
But I have seen her showing her friends that come over to the house and play, you know what I'm saying? See, my daddy's a rapper, he's in the video. I think that's pretty cool. You know
That's
what I'm saying? It's
That's the dopest part, man.
That is the dopest part. They remember stuff like that. It's not the money you spend, it's
The time,
it's the
yeah.
time.
That's
You know what
a
I'm saying?
fact,
I spend
yo.
a lot of time with them.
That's good, man. Like that's I mean that's what I remember the most about my like I couldn't tell you what I got on my 13th birthday or Christmas or whatever.
Right.
But I remember my dad always taking me to ball games. Mom always, you know, mom didn't make a lot of money. She would take me and my brother out to Little J's Pizza back in Kansas.
Oh, shit. Oh,
And all that.
whoa.
What?
Shout,
What?
oh, my.
What's something I said?
Shout out to Little J's Pizza.
The buffet.
They don't understand. We're from Kingston. Little J's
and I've
was
been there
lit.
recently, like,
Little
little
J's, it
small
ain't even
town.
around no more. Little J's.
Yo, what, it ain't
Oh,
around
my
no
God.
more? It ain't around no more?
Man, I rode through last time with moms. The building was there, but I don't think it's Little J's no more. Little J's had the best pizza buffet.
Yes, they did. You
Shout out
just
to
broke
Little
my
J's.
heart with that, bro.
Oh my God,
Oh, man.
And we both getting hype over the same thing, but for different reasons.
It's a Kingston moment. yo.
Yeah, it's a
If you from
sorry,
Kingston,
guys. Yeah.
You know about Little J's. Stop
Jesus
it.
Christ. Wow. Yo, so I know you got to get up out of here.
Take your time.
What I got, man. Look,
This man is good, man.
This
he,
guy's
he ain't,
a really
he ain't
good
pressing to get up. I know you gotta be in Durham. Tell him what's going on in Durham tonight.
My man Cayenne the Lion King is having his birthday bash tonight. You know what I'm
Is
saying?
Fat Boy performing?
I think he is.
Shout out to Fat Boy. We gotta get you on the show. I told you.
Yeah, we do.
Come on here. Come
Wait till
on
I
here.
come on here with Team Envy.
You know what I mean?
word up.
I got to bring
Fat
the crew
Boy is the
on.
guy that's on the last verse of Boss Music too. We gotta get you on
And
it.
most important, my apprentice.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I've been
Fat
knowing
Boy's
him
nice.
since-
Man,
I've been
Fat
knowing
Boy
him
got
since
some
he was
videos
15.
working on too.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Fat Boy's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Training myself. I can honestly say that I trained.
So it's super approved.
He is the only person that had made through the harsh, cruel trials of the House of X. He's the only one of my apprentices that made it.
Word. Everybody else.
And I put him
Got ate
through
up
the
in the
most
coma.
extreme torture that I can think of.
You got your name on that.
Right. I remember we take trips to Durham. back when I was hustling, and I would throw on the DJ Boom 30 instrumental joint.
Yeah.
I would pick the most fucked up beat from the rhyme. I like rhyme until I don't want to hear you no more. And if you mess up, start.
It's real.
And he made it.
Wow.
It got to the point where his freestyle game went from to. I knew it. Like
Yeah.
if I gave him a track, I didn't have to worry about his verse.
You know, it's
And he's a hard worker too.
Yeah,
Like, his
yeah.
grind is like V's.
You know what's crazy though? Because when I hear you rap, I think of like some old cool, smooth, laid out beat, right? But a lot of songs on your reverb, well, not a lot, but there are some songs where like you even got like where people are featuring you, and it's like, oh, this beat sounds like more bouncy. And then it's like, okay, it'll be interesting to see what wax sound like. And of course, like I should have known, you deliver on that, so like you can adapt to damn near any beat.
Such as Riding Through the Cat.
Right.
Yeah.
Riding Through the Cat. You heard it, man. You see how he had it rocking that Riding Through the Cat at the Oil Paints concert?
Crazy.
Crazy.
Because, I mean, you got to be prepared for all situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not one dimensional. I'm not a side scroller. You know what I'm saying? Mario Brothers didn't change. You know what I'm saying? You picking up shit now. You throwing
Another
blocks at
A-w.a.x
niggas.
quote right
You
there,
know what
ladies
I'm
and
saying?
gentlemen.
Well, even Mortal Kombat didn't change. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
I'm used to this shit, man.
I mean, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Knowledge.
This is what he
Knowledge.
says
Oh,
and
this is
does
a
on
finger
the
you
day.
point at your head.
Right, like
That's dope.
you gotta speak in the layman terms, and
Hey, I got it. So that
you
helps.
gotta talk to the generation.
Hey, and if I could get it, anybody can get it. So that's
Right,
that's
so-
super.
Yeah, I
limited.
mean, I'm prepared to jump on whatever track.
Yes, and I could tell.
I mean, I done jumped on tracks they say I shouldn't have, and I still did my thing.
Wow. Yo.
I got a lot of tracks I don't like.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you a track that I do like. Running Back, featuring Tone. Is it Tone or Tony Jones?
Tone Jones.
Dude, it's one of my. That's probably outside of God King is probably my favorite song. That at least out of what I heard that you did, the hook, and every brother at one point in his life done had maybe not the exact scenario, but like the hook. Stuck in my past, about to relapse. I keep running back to you. I refrain, but your nectar is so sweet and savory. I keep running back to you. Now for me, long time ago, long time ago, you know, everybody done, and it's gonna definitely apply to women too, where you date someone you know you shouldn't have dated before.
And it's like that.
But that nectar is so sweet.
Keep running back.
I'ma say nectar.
We don't keep it PG.
I mean, it's pretty much you can take
My
it
wife
how
said
you can
we
take it
don't
how
keep
you can
it.
take that how you want. It could be sexual or it could just be taste of the good life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good
And you
way.
could be with the wrong person and be living the kind of life you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Example. Say if I was a billionaire and I know I was cheating on my wife or cheating on whoever I'm with, that woman might stay off the strength I got money.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? She can live it up and do whatever she wants to, take shopping sprees and vacations, but deep down in her heart, she knows that I'm not treating her right.
Yeah.
And we've all been there.
Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah.
Every single one of us is dealing
Yeah.
with somebody we know we shouldn't be with.
Yep.
We done gave too many chances.
Yeah.
And that's just life lessons, man. That's how you live and you learn.
That's one of the probably out of at least what I've heard one of the
That's
most
a true story.
right. So I mean, take us through that song because the song only got 2 verses.
Right.
I wish I had 3. I'm gonna tell you why. Just as a fan, I'm greedy. I told you I'm greedy. And so when the setup is perfect. The setup is just perfect. I mean, you get all into the background in the first verse, and then you talk about how the fallout of the reaction in the second verse. Bring us through that, man. What I mean, y'all got. First of all, go to Reverb, scout out A-w.a.x, Running Back. That's a banger. Period. And not even a club
Everybody
banger.
loves that joint, man.
That's
And
the joint, that's the
Beats
dope
want me to
joint.
perform that at the next show, whatever we do, and I'm going to. But that song there, man, the backstory behind that, I was dating this girl, and we was off and on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she had a man, he goes to jail, she cheating on a man, she ends up getting pregnant. All lines of communication cut off.
Yeah.
Now, in my mind, I'm thinking it could be my child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But me and her are actually good friends. We just ain't spoke because she had a man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was playing my distance. And pretty much what I was going through when I heard it, because like I said, I always, when I pick my beats, I know what I want to do to it when I hear it. And me and her had just recently got back into contact with each other.
Okay.
And I had got the beat. And I said, you know what? This story has to be told.
Yeah.
And I was actually waiting on the paternity test when I was writing it.
Crazy.
Of course, it's not mine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as a man, I had to make sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause you can't have no kid out
I didn't
here.
want to have no child out there and I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She said it was always in the back of her mind too.
Word. So when the song was done, you was actually, I was in the process of getting a paternity test.
Yep.
That explains it then, because at the end of the song, I'm like,
Right, I
Is it his kid?
I left it as a cliffhanger.
That's
That's why you wanted that third verse.
dude, that is so fucking 90s.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. I said, he got me again. He got me again.
That's what he does.
It's the Han Solo effect, man. You know, if I want to be frozen in carbonation,
I hate
you know what I'm saying?
You see what I mean? You see what I'm saying? I hate
But
that.
with my Star Wars fans, they already know. You know what I'm saying?
What is he talking about?
Pretty much, I left room for me if I need to come back to it, I can. You
I
know what I'm
know
saying?
what you're
That's
talking
how it
about.
is.
I hate the way you.
Your quotes are incredible.
Yeah,
I love it.
Bro.
I can listen to this all
It's
day.
like
No,
a
you
memory
can't.
card,
No, you
man.
can't.
You know what I'm saying? It's
No,
a
you
memory
can't.
card.
They keep saying that shit.
You say
I
you
love
say
it.
Don't
point,
encourage him, man.
get your same point, and you come back to it.
So that's what I'm saying. So then when we as a people come together, you know what I'm saying, and raise our fists. Nah, I'm speaking some shit right now. But yo, that's dope. That's
I'm so 80s, man. I'm so 80s.
hey, you gotta be made nothing wrong.
So
with that,
80s.
man.
This guy, man.
Wow.
This guy, man.
Those about all the interview questions I got, man. This is yo. Well, one question that I have. Okay, albums, projects, anything like that. Is anything going to be coming platform wise to like Spotify, Apple?
Yes.
Because
Well, speaking of that, man, I seen your new. I'm gonna talk about your new single, "Unanswered Prayers." It's on Spotify, iTunes, and all that.
Video
I
coming
downloaded
this month.
Video coming soon this month. Shot by Spike V. I love Spike V. That dude's awesome.
I heard he's a cool guy. I heard he
I
can
heard too,
shoot
man.
the shit out some videos.
If you never, had a
Him and Wax
chance to meet
Tarantino
Spike
should
V,
link up, man.
They should.
They should link
They
up.
should. They should definitely do
Hey
that.
man, holla at Spike V, man, for those visuals.
Yeah, right.
That's me, part of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Director, engineer, rapper,
some of
featured
everything,
guest
man.
on his own shit. Yeah.
but your single "Unanswered Prayers" is on iTunes featuring T-Shep,
T-Shep. Shout out to T-Shep. I love that woman.
Beast
Awesome.
Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
Savage.
Mm-hmm.
Beast Johnson on there, and how you pronounce his name?
Classy.
Classy.
My nephew.
Shout
my
out to
blood
Classy,
Oh,
man.
word. All right.
The song is dope, man, and I'm glad I got a chance to put get my hands on the visual and provide something for it.
One of my favorites too.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite songs from you, Corey. I'm gonna have to put you on to it so you can vibe to it.
Yeah.
Unanswered Prayers, man, it's everywhere. But what was the inspiration behind the Unanswered Prayers?
It's off of a EP I got coming called Peroxide for the Soul. And that was like my spiritual album. You know what I'm saying? Like me getting in contact with my spiritual self. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I need a better relationship with God. And when I heard the beat, I let it ride for a couple of weeks, and then it just hit me. I hit Beast Johnson up. I was like, hey, I need a hook, man.
Yeah.
He hit me with the hook. I had the hook. I was like, T-Shep, inspirational artist, throw her on there.
Yeah.
And then my nephew, which he did a whole malice on me. He went from hardcore rapper to gospel rapper.
Oh.
I reached out to him.
Yeah.
Because he was going through some things and threw him on there.
Word.
So that's just how we all meshed and it came out pretty good.
That's what's up, man. Again, I can't wait to bring this video to life. The video was dope, man. It's coming out this month. Y'all watch it, man. Subscribe to this channel that you watching the podcast.
Please subscribe.
on.
Please.
You know what I'm saying? I'm mad my man can't make my concert November 18th, the Audio Trees Unplugged. But we got plenty more to do because we got the tour coming my man is a part of.
Oh, yeah.
The Rap Lines Matter Tour starting in June, July, August. Catches Charlotte, Winston, Greensboro. We
Right.
killing the city.
Word.
Catch us on
So
that
for all
tour.
y'all that be talking about y'all, we want y'all to come out to Greensboro. We'll come to y'all shows. It's y'all chance.
Oh yeah, and I put and the
We
tour.
gonna see.
The tour is put together by Skyzone.Society.
Never no fly zone.
It's never.
Word up.
We doing everything ourselves, man. I'm booking dope artists. We going on the road. We trying to put this music out, man. Shout out to my man for being a part of it, man. We know you got to get up out of here. We glad to have you on this podcast.
Thanks for stopping through, my
We
brother.
going, man. When you drop this new project, you got to come back through.
I got 4 projects coming.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me get
Drop
it right
at least
now.
one. Come through.
Solo album, A-w.a.x Revisited.
Mm.
EP, Peroxide for the Soul. Another EP, Pyrex Pots.
Oh, nice.
And
I like the wordplay on that already.
And we built this city. It's a team memory project.
Okay.
That's
All right.
I guess we got 5 because A-w.a.x coming too.
Hey, man, that's on the low.
Right.
That's on the low.
Any chances?
You know what? I might give them a preview. I might drop a Jigsaw mixtape.
Any,
We gonna talk,
Just to throw the track.
now, for the fans,
Talk, man.
is there any chance we're gonna get any one of these before the end of the year?
Well, wax on. No, not no. No.
I mean, 'cause I'm cool. I'm just asking for the people.
He knows me too well. It depends.
All right.
It actually depends.
No.
Can we get one before March Madness of next year?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. That.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the top of the year. You know what I'm saying? My studio is going through renovations. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they ain't gonna be open till December 1st. So
Okay.
I got the whole month off. So,
All right. Respect. We'll let you live on that one. Bob.
Until then, you catch me on my album coming out December. Hunger Over Humble.
Can't wait. Cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Hunger Over Humble.
People need that Christmas gift. Good look.
the
12,
gloves is
31.
off too. The gloves is off.
Yeah,
I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about the plaster on the hands under
Yeah.
the glove,
Yeah.
kind of hidden.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be ugly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey man, we appreciate you coming through.
Hey,
Man.
shout out
appreciate
to my
you.
We
brother.
gotta let Wax come. We gotta let Wax come back through when they drop a project.
And give us some more great quotables too.
Look,
I got $1 million.
we can do without those.
No, we don't keep that.
We can do without those, man. But he got to get up out of here. We got part 2 coming of this podcast, man. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, Pete.
Stay tuned.